some statue drama back today, apparently. Mayor Sadiq Khan has denied requests for a permanent statue of our late Queen to be placed in Trafalgar Square. Can I just say, I am obviously from the north, and I came down. Trafalgar Square used to be, as far as I was concerned, all about the pigeons. Well, they've been given the heave-ho now. And there are various plinths in Trafalgar Square. One of them, and I'm not joking now, one of them is occupied by a melted bit of cream. There you go, almost like we planned it. A melted bit of cream. For people on radio, it's a melted bit of cream with a cherry on top, and I think maybe a pterodactyl. I don't know. So that is not... That's fine, but we can't have a statue of our Queen. I'm sorry, it's not really on. Anyway, the fourth plinth in the square is currently a display of this temporary modern art, like I've said, but it's not that temporary because it's been there for about 2 years. Anyway, now, replacing that is a new statue, apparently, of the Malawian anti-colonialist John Chilembwe. Right, OK, fair enough. Well, joining me now is royal commentator Jennie Bond. Jennie, thank you very much. Sadiq Khan, this is absolute nonsense, isn't it? Give our Queen a statue.
No, I'm quite with Sadiq Khan on this. I think
Get her off.
I think the fourth plinth should be for contemporary art, and it should change every 2 years. It was Prue Leith's ideas back in the 90s, and I think Prue shows very good judgment. There are plenty of places, and the Labour administration of Sadiq Khan has made it clear that there are plenty of places within London where there could be a statue of the Queen, and the Labour administration will be absolutely for that. Then they've just got to discuss it with the royal family. I'm so sorry I've upset you.
Oh, an absolute disgrace, Jennie Bond. No, I'm only joking. Of course I am. I do love you, really. But, look, Trafalgar Square is an icon. When people come to London from all over the world, one of the things that they do is Trafalgar Square. Currently, we have a bit of melted cream and a cherry, right? Why not have the Queen?
It's funny, and it changes. Sometimes it's serious. Sometimes, look, I don't like modern art very much, but I have room for it in my heart, and I think we should broaden our horizons. There are places where we could have the Queen. What about Horse Guards? Why don't we have a statue in there? It's huge, Horse Guards. Or, I think, really halfway down the Mall's a very wide avenue, and halfway down, she could be just outside Clarence House, where, of course, she was in her early married years, and looking at Buckingham Palace, which she didn't particularly care for, actually. But we could put our Queen there and tourists could see her there.
OK, all right. Well, slightly moving on, but I think hitting on a broader theme is... Are we patriotic enough? Are we royalist enough? Because for me, which, Jennie, I must say, you've taken me by surprise, OK? You've poo-pooed the idea. You've come out in favour of whipped cream on a statue as opposed to our dear Queen. However... Are we patriotic enough? Sadiq Khan, for me, I can't help but wonder whether or not he thinks he'd lose votes if he plonked a statue of the Queen on our whipped cream.
No, I think he's just standing up for contemporary art. Are we patriotic enough? Well, it's entirely up to you whether you want to be patriotic or not, whether you want to be royalist or not. I'm not a raving monarchist myself, never have been, but it's been my job to report on the royal family. I'm simply a journalist, but I'm all for free thinking and do what you want.
Do you honestly want someone to stand up for contemporary art? Because I think the only thing that someone needs to say is that it's rubbish, right? I went to the Tate recently, and I'm not joking, Jennie, right? There was an exhibition called Bit of Rope, which was just a bit of rope on the floor. There was a woman, and again, I wish I was joking, but I'm not. She had feathers for fingers who was just doing this. That's not art. That's a full-scale breakdown, right? Do we not think that actually someone needs to stand up for this and go, hang on a minute, surely we can have the Queen instead of whatever the heck that is?
Yeah, but I think you're simplifying it too much. It's not there will be no statue of the Queen. They've made it clear that they are all for a statue of the Queen somewhere within London, if that's what the royal family wants. So it will happen. As for contemporary art, well, look, I don't get it either. And I have stood and looked at great works of contemporary art, allegedly great works, and not understood a thing about it. So I'm with you on that. But that fourth plinth, I love the fact it has a sense of humour and that it changes. I think, I'm with Prue Leith on this.
I'm not really allowed to have favourites, Jennie, but can I just say, I think you might be my favourite royal commentator, okay? Because every single time
I've never had a McDonald's or a KFC or a Burger King. And when I was in the jungle, Razor Ruddock, I remember he said, "Oh, the golden arches, the golden." I said, "What are you talking about, golden arches? You know what I mean, Jen?" And he was talking about McDonald's. I'd never heard of it, and I've never had one.